We talk a lot about what's going wrong in animal sheltering. Today, we want to talk about what going right actually looks like, because it does happen. And it's worth describing clearly, because the gap between that picture and what's happening in most of the country is exactly the problem. When no-kill works, here's what you see. Dogs move through the system. They come in, they're assessed, they're promoted online, in the community, at adoption events. If the local community isn't the right fit for a particular dog, there's a rescue partner somewhere else with adopters who are. Transfers happen responsibly and quickly. No dog sits in a kennel for months waiting for something that's never coming. Every dog that needs help gets help. There's no managed intake list that makes a family wait 3 weeks or more to surrender a dog they can no longer keep. There's no, we're not accepting strays right now, the door is open because that's what a shelter is for. And families who are struggling, they get support. Food banks for pet food, low-cost vet care, help with training, whatever it takes to keep a dog in that home. As long as that home wants to keep it, a stable home is almost always better than a kennel. Strays are picked up. That sounds basic, but it's actually essential. You cannot manage dog overpopulation if you're not picking up dogs. You cannot stop disease spread. You cannot prevent attacks. Animal control means controlling animal population, not looking the other way and calling it community sheltering. Spay and neuter is accessible. Clinics are available and trusted. People use them. Breeding, especially unplanned backyard or irresponsible breeding, is something the community recognizes as a problem. Neighbors notice. Neighbors say something. And foster care is not just a list of volunteers who said yes once. It's an active network. Fosters are trained, supported, and in regular contact with the shelter. They're not left alone to figure it out, and they don't disappear with a dog and go silent. This works. In some places, it genuinely works. We've seen it, and those places are worth celebrating and studying. But here's the hard truth. This is not how no-kill is actually being achieved in many parts of the country. What's happening instead is this. Shelters are being told, sometimes directly, sometimes through pressure and incentives, not to pick up strays, not to accept owner surrenders, or, since many can't say they aren't accepting surrenders, put them on a waiting list so long that the dog ends up dumped before it ever makes it through the door. When families can't get help, dogs don't disappear. They end up outside. They breed, they get sick, they bite someone. When strays aren't picked up, they don't just quietly find homes. They form packs, they spread disease, they become a danger to other animals and to people, especially children. And when a shelter is avoiding intake to keep its numbers clean, the dogs that do make it inside often wait and wait. Small dogs, maybe they still get adopted, but a large dog, a pit mix, in a rural shelter with no transfer network and a community that's already overwhelmed, that dog's chances are not good, and everyone working there knows it. The goal of no-kill was never to make the math work by hiding dogs. It was to build a system where every dog that comes through the door has a genuine path to a good outcome. Some places are doing that. We need to be honest about how many are not. And we need to stop letting a label substitute for the work. Find out what your shelter is doing. Do they pick up strays? Do they accept every dog that needs help? Do they support families who are struggling to keep a pet? The answers matter, and your community deserves to know them.